Last time, we watched a man get rejected by everyone. KFC, Harvard, even banks, and still rise with nothing but a dream. This time, that dream turns into a revolution. Jack Ma is no longer the underdog. Now, he's building an army, fighting giants, facing billion-dollar battles. But the real twist? He's not chasing money anymore. He's chasing meaning. This is the part where he wins the world and walks away. Let's begin. Unlike many CEOs who try to be the smartest voice in the room, Jack Ma had a different approach. He hired people smarter than himself. His goal wasn't to outshine them, but to unlock their potential. To him, leadership meant lifting others up. Inside Alibaba, it wasn't just a workplace. It was a tribe. Jack made sure everyone felt valued, from coders to cleaners. If you want people to act like owners, he said, treat them like owners. Respect wasn't a policy. It was the heartbeat of the company. Alibaba's office culture was anything but ordinary. Each morning began with music and movement, stretching, jumping, even dancing. Weekends meant karaoke nights, even though Jack could barely hold a note. That didn't matter. What mattered was bonding, singing, laughing, cheering. This was how they stayed together. Even the nicknames were part of the magic. Jack was known as Crazy Jack, and others had names like Big Mouth or Tiger Face. It may sound silly, but it worked. These quirky names gave people a sense of belonging, of being part of something fun, bold, and unique. For Jack, joy wasn't a distraction from success. It was a strategy. Energy creates results, he often said, and Alibaba's energy was electric. By 2002, Alibaba was gaining momentum in China. Thousands of small businesses had joined, trade was increasing, and the internet's potential was starting to shine. But just as things looked promising, a storm rolled in. eBay. The American giant entered China with power, money, and global experience. They quickly acquired a local platform called EachNet and began capturing market share. Even Jack's own team grew nervous. "Jack, eBay is too big. We can't win," they said. But Jack didn't flinch. Standing before his worried team, he delivered a now legendary line. "eBay is a shark in the ocean, but we are a crocodile in the Yangtze River. If we fight in the ocean, we lose, but in our own river, we win." He understood China better than anyone at eBay. He knew its language, culture, and how small businesses thought, so he made a bold move. In 2003, Alibaba launched Taobao, a direct challenge to eBay, but with one radical difference: it was free. While eBay charged sellers to list their products, Taobao let them sell at no cost. "Let's win their hearts first. The money will follow," Jack declared. And he wasn't just building a website. He was building the future of Chinese commerce. His team worked around the clock, often sleeping under their desks. Instant noodles became dinner, bug fixes became routine, and the mission became their obsession. Jack roamed the office at midnight, telling jokes, lifting spirits, and reminding them, "One day, you'll tell your kids you helped build China's internet." Taobao wasn't just a platform, it was a home. Unlike eBay's sterile layout, Taobao introduced playful colors, helpful tips, and, most importantly, a live chat system that let buyers and sellers connect directly. It felt human, local, friendly. While eBay operated like a corporate machine, Taobao felt like a neighborhood shop run by your friend. That was the secret. That's why it worked. Then came 2005, a defining moment. Yahoo, one of the biggest tech players in the world, approached Jack Ma with an offer. They wanted to invest $1 billion in exchange for 40% of Alibaba. Jack agreed, but with one firm condition. We control the company. No matter how much money comes in, Alibaba stays in our hands. This injection of capital changed everything. With the new funds, Jack expanded Taobao's services, hired more developers, opened larger offices, and trained a growing army of sellers. The platform became faster, smarter, more user-friendly, and most importantly, more trusted. Meanwhile, eBay struggled. Despite its deep pockets and aggressive strategies, it couldn't keep up with Taobao's momentum. They couldn't replicate its community spirit, its local charm, or the sense of belonging that users felt. By 2006, eBay waved the white flag and shut down its China operations. The Western giant had lost to a local underdog. But instead of boasting, Jack reminded his team of the real reason they won. We didn't win because we were stronger. We won because we were closer to the people. Let's never forget that. We are here to serve. With eBay out of the picture, Alibaba accelerated. It launched AliExpress to help Chinese sellers reach global buyers, developed Alibaba Cloud to rival Amazon's cloud services in Asia, and expanded Alipay into the most widely used digital wallet in China. But while the business world celebrated Jack's empire, his heart began drifting toward a new purpose. He wasn't just thinking about profits anymore. He was thinking about people, especially the next generation. Jack started to reflect deeply on education, the dreams of young students, and the values needed to build a better world. That's when he knew it was time to shift gears. He founded the Jack Ma Foundation, pouring time, energy, and resources into improving education in underserved areas. He traveled to remote schools, supported teachers in rural China, and funded learning programs in Africa, India, and Southeast Asia. Jack believed true impact wasn't just measured in billions earned, but in lives changed. He saw education not as a duty, but as a mission. In his mind, success meant giving others the tools to succeed too. More than being a billionaire, Jack wanted to become what he had once dreamed of, a teacher who inspires. Between 2010 and 2014, Alibaba exploded in size. AliExpress became a global force in cross-border trade. Alipay, now Ant Financial, overtook PayPal in China. Alibaba Cloud emerged as a serious challenger to Amazon Web Services in Asia. Taobao and Tmall dominated e-commerce. But Jack's ambitions had shifted beyond business. He often said, "Let small businesses have the power of big ones." Now, he wanted to empower the smallest people of all, students. September 19th, 2014. Wall Street buzzed with energy. Alibaba launched the largest IPO in global history. Its value soared to $231 billion. Jack Ma, the once rejected teacher from Hangzhou, became China's richest man overnight. When asked how he felt about his wealth, he smiled and replied, "It's not my money. I'm just a trustee. I want to use it wisely." Fame, power, money, it was all his. But instead of clinging to it, Jack looked ahead. He began building schools, meeting rural teachers, and encouraging children to believe in themselves. He once said, "If I must choose between being a billionaire or a teacher, I choose teaching." He didn't speak in boardrooms anymore. He spoke in classrooms, auditoriums, and dusty village schools. To teenagers, he said, "Don't chase money, chase curiosity. Don't fear failure, let it shape you. Don't aim to be the best, aim to be different." Slowly, Jack's image changed from entrepreneur to educator, from tycoon to mentor. On September 10th, 2019, his 55th birthday, and China's Teacher's Day, Jack Ma made a choice few billionaires make. He stepped down from Alibaba, not because he was tired, but because he believed great leaders know when to walk away. "If I stay too long, I'll turn into a boss. I want to leave as a friend," he said. Instead of a quiet exit, he gave a farewell like no other. Over 60,000 Alibaba employees filled a stadium in Hangzhou. Lights flashed, music echoed. Jack appeared on stage in a leather jacket, guitar in hand, belting out Chinese rock songs. He danced, laughed, cried. In his final speech, he said, "I was never the smartest. I failed many times, but I never gave up. If I can do it, so can you. Believe in yourself, love your dream. The best is yet to come." The crowd roared in applause. For 10 straight minutes, they clapped as Jack stepped off stage, not as a CEO, but as a friend, a symbol, a dreamer. After stepping down, Jack focused on his foundation, traveling to remote schools, funding education in underdeveloped regions, and mentoring young minds. But in late 2020, something strange happened. At a finance summit in Shanghai, Jack gave a bold speech criticizing China's outdated financial system. He argued for innovation and reform. Then, silence. No public appearances, no interviews, no posts. Jack Ma vanished. For 3 months, the world wondered, where is Jack Ma? Speculation surged. Was he detained, silenced, retired by force? Then, without warning, he reappeared in a short video, smiling gently, talking about rural education. But his energy had shifted, softer, quieter. No defiance, just focus. He never addressed the rumors. No confirmation, no denial, just a step into the shadows. And in doing so, he added another layer to his legend. Not just the man who built Alibaba, but the man who knew when to let go. Jack Ma's net worth has fluctuated over time, shaped by markets, politics, and his own choices. At his peak, he was worth nearly $70 billion. But here's what's truly remarkable. He never lived like a billionaire. No flashy cars, no designer suits. He chose simplicity. Jack is married to Zhang Ying, his college sweetheart. She once said, "He wasn't handsome, but I admired his mind." Together, they raised 3 children. Jack keeps his family out of the spotlight, spending quiet time reading, traveling, and teaching. After retiring, he returned to his roots, not to global stages, but to small rural classrooms. He once said, "If I had to choose between being a billionaire or a teacher, I'd choose teaching." He meant it. Jack's legacy isn't just business, it's inspiration. His speeches are raw, funny, and real. Here are a few lines that have changed lives. "If you don't give up, you still have a chance. Help the young, help the small. One day they will change the world. Today is tough. Tomorrow is tougher. But the day after tomorrow is beautiful." Jack doesn't just motivate, he empowers. He shows you how to believe in yourself, especially when no one else does. Maybe you're sitting in a small room right now. Maybe your grades are bad. Maybe your dreams sound crazy. But listen, Jack Ma failed his exams. He was rejected by KFC, by Harvard, by investors. And still, he made it. So can you. Your rejection is not the end. It's a redirection. Your struggle isn't weakness. It's your superpower. Your pain can become your purpose. Dream big. Start small. Move fast. Keep going. Believe louder when the world doubts you most. One day, they'll ask how you did it. And you'll say, "I never stopped." If this story lit a fire inside you, if it made you believe again, even just a little, imagine how powerful it would be to hear stories like this every day. This isn't just a video. It's a home for dreamers, doers, and believers like you. hit subscribe, join our journey. Because this isn't the end, it's your beginning. Subscribe now, because tomorrow we rise together.